Well, hello and how are you? Hey, this here Shenandoah Briscoe coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. I've been blogging a few days now, and well, looks like we're on up to 139. Yes, sir, 139 days. Now, that's a long time. 4 of those days I didn't get to blog back and forth with you. And the reason I didn't get to blog back and forth with you was because I was in South Carolina. Yes, sir, Columbia, South Carolina. And if you ever find yourself in Columbia, South Carolina, why don't you stop yourself into the Hampton Inn Northeast? That's right, the Hampton Inn Northeast. Because I'm telling you what, those people will take care of you. Now, I'm not going to say the proverbial line because it's the wrong commercial. We'll leave the light on for you. No, sir. But 24/7, there is always somebody at the desk for you. They'll be more than happy to help you there. And you know what? As a quadriplegic in a wheelchair, there are certain things that you really have to make your stay a little more comfortable. And why they've got it. They've got a roll-in shower. I tell you, that shower it's got the nicest, warmest water, and their beds. I tell you what, having to be skin sensitive, having to be skin protective of myself, and most quadriplegics and or paraplegics, either way, anyone with a motion disorder who may not be able to move around quite a bit, you're going to have to be able to make sure that your skin is not going to be damaged. So, if you get to stop at the Hampton Inn down there in South Carolina, the Northeast Hampton Inn, that is, or Hampton Inn Northeast, however you want to put it, they've got the softest mattresses. I tell you what, I'm sure that all the Hampton Inns have it, but that's the only one I've stayed at. And so, therefore, I'm going to have to say that that's the one. That's where I'm getting my information. And being a quadriplegic, I want to go swimming just as much as anybody else does. And they've got a chair that'll swing you right down into the swimming pool. Yes, sir, it's handicapped accessible. And it runs just like a Hoyer lift. You add a battery onto that thing, and you get a hold of them controls, and you do a transfer from your chair onto the small seat, and you hit that controller switch, and it'll roll you around from the pavement right on down into the pool. Yes, sir, it'll lower you in there, and you'll be nice and comfortable. And you get to float around as long as your friends is there to keep you afloat, because, well, you don't want to roll over, that's for sure. Face down in a pool, you can only hold your breaths for so long. Anyway, hey, that being said, I always like to put a shout out to them, because I tell you what, my stay there was more than comfortable, and everybody bent over backwards to take care of me. And so I like to make mention of it. I like to mention that their staff is an outstanding staff, too. So, anyway, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump on off my soapbox. It's commercial time, right? Alright. Now I'm done with my commercial. I think I'm going to have to get a hold of the VA. That's what I was going to do today, because yesterday I told you about going fishing. And I think I'll give them a call and see if I can't get me a new fishing rod apparatus set up. Now, I won't be able to call right now on account of they're all out to lunch, but I'll call them back in a little while. I just noticed that I was looking there in the camera, and my eyes big and bright like that, they're picking up off my shirt sleeves, and they're making them mighty blue. Do you realize how blue your eyes are, or whenever you look into a camera? Some days, my eyes just don't look so blue. Some days they're real dark. Some days they're real light. And it all depends on what I'm wearing. I don't have a hazel color eye, so therefore they don't change colors. They're just blue most of the time. Anyway, I have to say, though, at one point in time I've had a black eye, but that wasn't the pupils. Or, well, the pupil, yeah, the pupil. But that wasn't the retina. My retinas are blue. Okay. Everybody's had a black eye now and again for some reason or another. Not that you got into a fight or nothing, but you ran into the door or something. Somehow you ended up with a black eye, so I'm not the only one, am I? Emma? Who's Emma? You know, I've been having some issues lately. I've got an anger streak in me, and it's really bad. You know how bad when you get an anger streak in you that's so bad that you're afraid to talk to yourself? Because, well, you have conversations with yourself all the time. Only yours aren't probably as elaborate as mine are. Because I tell you what, I'll look at it and I'll say, hey, myself, and myself will say, what? I'll say, well, I didn't mean to bother you, but I've got a question for you. Well, what is it now? And I'm like, oh, come on, myself, don't be so mad at me. I just needed a little help from you, and who can you turn to but yourself if you're looking for some honest to goodness, honest information? And well, sometimes lately myself has been so aggravated with anything and everything that I'm afraid to ask for help from myself because I'm liable to get yelled at and screamed at. Last time I talked to myself, I said, hey, myself, and it was like, what do you want now? Won't you just leave me alone? I'm trying to rest over here. Alright, y'all know me, so you know. you know me, so you know I'm a dork. That's right, my kids will back that up. Somebody called me stupid once, but my kids said, oh, no. My dad's not stupid, he's a dork. Yeah, they'll straighten you out, because they're good kids. They know better. They know their dad. As a matter of fact, I've been having, I'm not even going to go there. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Um, well, what was I going to say? Oh, I had a wonderful Father's Day. How about y'all? Did y'all have a good Father's Day? Because I tell you what, mine went pretty well. I had my family over here, my mom and my dad come over, and my daughter come over, and my brother and his boy come over, and why, we had us the grandest time. We had barbecued pork steaks. Now that's a Missouri sort of thing on account of, it's a matter of fact, it's more of a St. Louis sort of thing, not just Missouri, but more in the St. Louis area, barbecued pork steaks. Now, a lot of places have pork steaks, but they don't barbecue them. And I don't know why, because it's a good barbecued piece of meat. Now, of course, you don't want to use a steak barbecue sauce on it because, well, that's what happened this time, and I was not real thrilled. I like me a sweet, smoky kind of taste on my barbecue pork steaks. And well, when you get that kind of hot and tangy for a steak sauce, well, you don't want that on your pork. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Anywho, it turned out all right, though. We had barbecue pork steaks. We had some bratwursts. Yes, sir, bratwursts. They're not worst. They're best. Anyway, you got to have your spicy brown Dusseldorf mustard with them. And if you can't get Dusseldorf, well, spicy brown will have to do. And there are a lot of mustards of that general type out there, a Dusseldorf brand. Dusseldorf style, not necessarily Braun's brand. And Braun's is the go-to because, why, that one's made out there in Germany. But the one we had wasn't from Germany. I think it was picked up at the Aldi store, I think. And you know, you can get some good stuff over to Aldi's. Now, it's not expensive and it's a good store to shop at. And most of the time, if you bring your own bag, you'll have a much better uh, shopping experience. Because otherwise, you're going to have to find you some boxes laying around and going for the boxes and beating people up for them and fighting in the aisles. And it's just a whole mess. Everybody beating each other for a box. No, that's my box. No, 'tain't your box. 'Tis my box. 'Tain't neither. Well, we don't need to argue about no boxes, do we? We just bring our own bags. That way we shove it all in the old cart there, and then you get done, you bring it over there to the loading counter, and you whip all your bags out, and you just start loading them up. Drop her back in the basket, go out to the vehicle, open up the tailgate, trunk type device, and cram them all in. Unless, of course, you don't have a whole lot of room back there, and then you gotta use that front seat there too, you know. Don't really want to use the back seat, because I tell you what, you take a little bit of an abrupt stop, everything that's in the back seat's gonna end up in floorboard surrounding the wheelchair. Yes, sir, surrounding the wheelchair. Anyway, I'm glad I thought about that fishing apparatus today, because that's going to give me something to do here in the next half hour. I'm happy I thought of it. I'm also going to see about trying to get me one of them mattresses like they have at the Hampton Inn down there in South Carolina. That's right. I'm going to try to get me one of them mattresses. I'm going to have to call up the manager, Angela. I'm going to have to call up the manager, Angela, and see if I can't find out what kind of mattress they are again, because I asked before and then I forgot, and it's a Serta, I know that, but it's not the perfect sleeper. It's another model of mattress. So, anywho, I was gonna sing today, but I'm really trying to get along through a whole couple of these things without singing at all. Yesterday, I described how to use your dragger and your mouse, and you're probably all noticing I'm shaking around a lot again today because of the mouse tickling my face, which it ain't, but it is at the same time. So anyway, let's see. You know, this hand right here that's always hanging up, it's just resting on my armrest over there. And, well, it just kind of looks a little funny. But right now it's caught up in that wire. And if it gets caught up in that wire, it'll yank my headset clean off. And, well, I don't want to yank my headset clean off because, well, that really makes this blog really interesting. I've never done it yet during the blog, so actually I have done it, and well, you all didn't get to see that blog. I had to re-record. Well, you know, hey, I'm not going to send you guys half a blog where I'm looking down going, well, and you can't hear me. I mean, I'm yelling down at my lap, but microphone just doesn't pick up very well down there on account of it's a particularly angled microphone, and if you don't have it, I have to do a microphone check every day prior to starting my blog. I mean, there is a little thingy on my camera here that flips over and to check the microphone, and I do one every day. I said, well, hello and how are you? Yeah, this here's a microphone check. Check your microphone here. That way, I'm pretty sure that y'all are going to get to hear me whenever I do my blog, after all. Oh, there's another thing. I've noticed that a time or two that I've had to turn the volume up on the YouTube to catch my blog because it's not loud enough. That's another thing that I'm getting irritated with YouTube. They're sitting there flinging my blogs all out of order. I mean, they are just willy-nilly all over the place. You can't find them. You can't find them under By Shenandoah Briscoe. You can't find them under Hello and How Are You. They're just spread all out. I'm going to have to call these people up and find out what's going on. I think that'll be my topic. I mean, that'll be my thing for today. I'm going to do that, and then I'll go ahead and call over to the VA and talk about getting my fishing apparatus. Anyway, hey, y'all are hearing me complain again, and like I said, that attitude of mine, I'm just scared of it, because I'm not usually like that. I like to keep myself in a peaceful, even keel, but that's not happening. Anyway, hey, you know what time it is. It's time for me to say, well, this is Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? God loves you, and so do I. So have a blessed day in Jesus' name. Alrighty? Well, alrighty then. We'll talk to you tomorrow.